On the Sports Parliament tonight, who is the next coach of the Super Eagles? Well, Nigerian football has been going through turbulences in recent times, and it concerns the issue of a current coach who did not win anything, who could not be fired, one who was paid humongous wages and did not impact the domestic football in any way for almost 6 years. But what is the effect of hiring a new coach with only weeks to the start of AFCON 2022? Should Nigerians possibly believe still in winning the trophy in Cameroon for hiring a new coach, or should they make that sacrifice and give up the issue of winning the AFCON for hiring a new coach? Who would headhunt for a coach for the national team? Should the new coach be another unknown foreign journeyman coach? Should it be a Nigerian? Are there Nigerian coaches that can truly handle the Super Eagles? In short, who should become Nigeria's next Super Eagles coach? Tonight on the Sports Parliament, members will be answering some of these questions and giving their informed opinions on which way to go. I'm Sheikh Modegbami, Speaker of the Sports Parliament, coming to you live from the studios of NTA. Sitting with me in Parliament today are the Maverick himself, right here in the studio, looking dandy and how now?
Thank you.
Onome Obrute.
Thank you for having me once again, Mr. Speaker. Good to be on the show.
And all the way from Ibadan, we have Waheed Ekun. Waheed, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Speaker. I'm happy to be here on this platform.
Very good. And all the way from the United States of America, I don't even know what state he's in now, our former Falcons coach and one-time president of the Black Coaches Association of the United States of America, Mr. Sam Opodu. Sam, how now?
I am well, Mr. Speaker, as always.
Very good. We shall
Thank you for the invite.
Thank you. We shall also be having from Johannesburg our good friend and one who is gradually becoming a parliamentarian, Satish Seka. He'll be joining us shortly. So join us after the break.
And there's the start. And promises to share out. Winds up that right hand. Archbishop of basketball, goal! He hung on that net like a stalk up a tree.
NTA Sports 24 brings you all sports, all time and all day. Tune in to watch NTA Sports 24 on Star Times Channel 270, Star Sat on Channel 434 and Free TV on Channel 731. NTA Sports 24, where sports thrive.
Welcome back. Well, if you are just joining us, this is the Sports Parliament coming to you once again live from the studios of NTA, Africa's largest television network. I always like to say that thing. We have over 60 million viewers, and this program is becoming something else. All over the world, they are following it. So I'm glad to be here tonight again. So you haven't missed anything yet. This issue of coaching, it has generated tremendous traffic to my website, to my platforms, and so on and so forth. And everybody wants to be a part of it. And so how do we start? After Gennett Rowe, we are not discussing Gennett Rowe today. After him, we know he's going for sure. After him, who takes over? Is it a foreign coach, another foreign coach again? Is it a Nigerian coach? Is it a consortium of coaches? How do we get this foreign coach? Is he going to be part of this recycled journeyman coaches that have been going from one African country to the other? We know all their names. And unfortunately, Genatro was one of them too. And we just keep recycling them all over Africa. We have seen the result with Genatro. So what really do we do? I think we should start from the European coaches. What is it that is special about European coaches that they do that our African coaches cannot do? Maybe we should even go to America to ask Sam. Let's start from America. Let's ask Sam first, who is there. Sam was the president of the Black Coaches Association of the United States of America. Over 3,000 coaches, he was their president. And he coached Nigeria's national Falcons team. He's coached several teams in the United States of America, female and male. And so he should know. He has all the qualifications, European license, A license, or whatever you call it, B license. He has all the qualifications. So what is special that we see in European coaches that we Nigerian coaches don't have? Or is it all a smoke screen? What is it? Or is it an inferiority complex? Or what? We don't have the experiences. We are talking of journeyman coaches who also did not have experiences before they came to Africa. So let's start from Sam. What are your thoughts, Sam, on this issue of foreign and Nigerian coaches? Are you there, Sam?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Well, yes, I can hear you now. What are your thoughts? Did you hear my question?
Yes, very well.
Very good.
Loud and clear.
So we can hear you now.
The issue that we are running into here is preparation. European coaches, they all attend classes, coaching seminar to improve themselves. When they come in and get these jobs, they are given all the necessary tools they need to succeed. Or only the best can do the job. If that same provision is presented to a Nigerian coach, I believe also they too can do the job. There is too many people behind the scene that are really not wishing our own people well. Our people are well qualified. I do honestly believe that. But we just need to prepare our coaches.
Are you saying that our coaches are not prepared enough? Because the qualification you need to become a coach at that level is your grade A license. You go for the course. First of all, you are a player. As most coaches around the world. Then you are an international player. Then you play at clubs where you get trained by different coaches. You know, they are impacting on you all their knowledge of coaching. Then after that, you go and then you get your licenses, grade B or grade C, grade B, grade C, or you get even from NIS or wherever they get these licenses from. Then you get qualified. So what else do they give you that they don't give our Nigerian coaches here?
Well, and I do believe our Nigerian coaches have it. The issue of discipline, I think that may, in a way, be a difference in what we're discussing right now. The European coaches, they come in they know when they do well in Africa, they can go anywhere and name their price.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm sorry, that is not true. Even some of the best coaches that have coached in this country didn't go back and get good jobs and so on and so forth. And they were not doing so well before they came to Nigeria to come and to work. You find that their careers are limited mostly to the African continent. They don't go back to Europe to do anything. They were not known in Europe to start with before they come to Nigeria. Correct. So when you say they go back and get jobs, it's not so true.
No. They do it to create an opportunity for them to be able to name their price if they go somewhere else. But unfortunately is that those coaches you just mentioned of, they are really low-level coaches before they came to Nigeria. So it makes it even difficult for them to go back to their own places to do a job. But within Africa, they can go around and name their price because they know Africa is the only place where they can take substandard coaches across Europe and pay them a exorbitant amount of money.
Well, we have the story of one who took us to the Olympic Games. And we won gold at the Olympics. And he was, you know, they praised him for all that he did and so on. He's one who has applied to be one of the coaches to vie for position now, Onome. One of the coaches to vie for position now, seeking to be coach of Nigeria again, haven't stayed for so many years without getting a job as a coach, but now wants to come back to Nigeria to come and be coach. What is it about Nigeria and Africa that attracts not the best coaches that we know, we read about, we see, or we look through their records, and they have done great things? What is it about us not going to those ones, but bringing those that their qualifications are at best in Africa?
Okay, first of all, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Regarding Johannes Bonfrejo,
I didn't mention any name.
Okay. You said he won gold. He's the only coach that has won gold for us. So, old things have passed away. 1996, a lot of the children that were born that year are now married and trying to raise their own children. So, I don't think he would be able to coach us at this point in time. Football has grown. It has diversified. It has gotten more technical. I don't think the past coaches of the era of the 80s and 90s can come and impact what is happening now in football circle. There's something called football science that has to do a lot with how players eat, how they train, and how they go about each game, positioning and all of that. So it is not what they used to do in time of old. Now, to the question you've asked, what is it about the Nigerian national team that attracts people? Well, Nigeria is a big brand, Mr. Speaker.
No, I said, what is it that makes us go for these foreign coaches who are low grade?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now,
And what
first and
affects
foremost, what attracts us to them, or why we go for them, rather, is the monetary aspect. The truth is, grade A coaches all over the world, our national association will not be able to foot their bills. We hear what coaches earn. The sacked Ole Gunnar, we hear what he was collecting at Manchester United. I don't think any FA in Africa can afford to pay any foreign technician 10 million. I don't think they will be able to do that in pounds or in euros or in dollars. So basically what we go after are the ones that are more like known but not too popular and not too expensive, the ones we can afford. Gernot, for example, was not in that A-kidder of a coach, but he was someone who had journeyed around Africa, and as such, we assumed he had the potential, since he was German, to come and do one or two things. So what gets me most is the fact that a lot of Nigerians, especially analysts and fans, want us to go for the very best. But the truth is, with the ones we are getting now that are not even middle class in terms of coaching, to me, we can't really pay them as I went due. So you can imagine when we get the A-listers, you know, how are we going to pay them? Are we still going to run back to the likes of Femi Eltedola and Aliko Dangote to put their names on their company payrolls so that they get their salaries constantly? Look at the one that's happening now to Gernot. It's on the payroll of a multinational private oil company, but he's still being owed salaries. Okay? So, Mr. Speaker, I think what we need to do is to be realistic. The expectations should be lowered to the level we fall in. You know, the truth of the matter is, if a Pep Guardiola were to be free today, if and Jose Mourinho were to be free today, Jurgen Klopp were to be free today, we will not be able to afford them. You get my point? So I think monetary regard is the biggest challenge we have in terms of getting the coaches that suit the brand Super Eagles of Nigeria. I don't think we'll be able to afford those A-listed coaches.
Okay, something that most people, don't really appreciate is that to coach a club in Europe, is bigger than to coach a national team.
Okay.
The club coaches are bigger. Their job is actually different from coaching the national team.
It's a daily
It
job.
is more involving, it is daily.
Intense.
They teach football, they teach the tactics, and they have the time to do all of those things.
Exactly.
Those that go to the national team are those that don't have club jobs, big club jobs. So they are two totally different things. So Mourinho, no matter how much you offer him, he won't come here. He won't, because he's not really interested in the national team job.
Yes, you're right, sort of. But I think Sam Okpodu will agree with what I'm about to analyze right now, Mr. Speaker. Let us take a typical big A-class European coach, for example. Luis Enrique. He has coached in Italy. He's coached in Spain. He's done club football. And he felt the zenith of his career was to coach his country's national team. Even when he had serious private family issues, he didn't resign. He stepped down to go and take care of the issue. One of his, I think his mom or his dad had the cancerous issue that he had to go and attend to. And his assistant, who he put in charge, wanted to take the job permanently. He came back, and the first thing he did in his first press conference was to sack the man. Now, my point is...
No, do you know why that happened?
No, Mr. Speaker.
That was possible because he was coaching the national team.
My point is
because they have time.
Yes, my point is this, Mr. Speaker. He had coached clubs.
No, yeah.
So he wanted to round up his CV.
When I speak like that,
yes,
I'm not speaking in absolute terms.
Okay, fantastic.
Course,
Zidane right now is being rumored that he's looking at coaching the French national team. More like folding his hand to wait.
He has no job.
Exactly. But the truth is, a lot of these coaches, it depends on what they are looking for. I can tell you for free, my Juniors, Man U fans are saying Luis Enrique should come. And I'm asking them, you want the man to leave a Spanish national team that he has qualified for the World Cup, which is the zenith of every footballer or coaching career, to come and coach? That's an impossibility. You know, so for me, I think it depends on what the coach in question is looking at. It was being rumored by Man U to be chased up. He has refused the job. And what I refused the job. So the truth is, it depends on the coach you're talking about. And we are deviating because, Mr. Speaker, what I would not want to do is to talk about these big names. Because, like it or not, even if they're in Aliko Dangote's payroll, they won't come because we'll not be able to afford them.
Okay, let's go to Waheed. Waheed, in your own... No, I know you are table tennis. And by the way, congratulations. We have a Nigerian who is now vice president of the World Table Tennis Federation.
Yes.
Or explain that to us, Waheed.
Yes, congratulations to Nigeria and to Africa for having Waheed, who should be elected as the vice president of International Table Tennis Federation. That's a pride to Nigeria and an achievement that is about the second person in history to become the ITTF vice president. I think we have to commend him for that. And that's a good job for Nigeria to be able to up our activities in the table tennis game. And then I want to implore him to actually keep on the tempo. And then he should actually assume to be the best in table tennis in the world. I wish him all the best. And then in future, I think he has the chance to become the president of the Table Tennis Federation of the world.
Okay, now on to the Nigerian coaches issue. What are your own thoughts?
Like I said,
these foreign coaches,
yes,
grade B and grade C coaches that come here.
We have had enough of these foreign coaches. Nigeria has actually come a big way in football. We have achieved, what most African countries have not achieved. We have won the Olympics, we have won the AFCON, and we have done all the things that you can imagine we could do in football. And then our boys, our men that have played football in the past, they have all gone out there to acquire certificates and experiences all over. Why can't we try them? That is our brand. That is what we have to say to the world. We need to encourage ourselves. We need to bring up ourselves to a level that will be marketable all over the world. The idea of importing the grade C, grade B coaches in Nigeria is not ideal for us again. In the past years, we enjoyed them. In the days of Westerhoff, the days of Bonfrijo, and so on. In the days of Otto Gloria himself, these are gone past days. No, we don't have to actually depend on having foreign coaches all the time. That is, let us encourage our own boys. Let us find out from them. If it's a consortium of coaches, we're going to have no problem. If it is one person who will organize and who will understand the inner activities of football in Nigeria, the better. It's high time we started encouraging our men to come into football administration as super coaches. So enough of foreign coaches in Nigerian football. Honestly, I said it last week, and I believe we know the time is now to have a change.
Okay, Sam, this is. I just want to run this by you. You see, in those days, Nigeria could. Maybe you don't know this. Nigerian clubs had foreign coaches. Shooting Stars had Alan Hawks, a British coach. Rangers International had Diaz, coach Roberto Diaz from Brazil. Raka Rovers had a coach from somewhere. They had coaches spread all over the country, attached to clubs, and they were going around and scouting for the national team. At that time, because we didn't have a deep history of Nigerian football, where you could have players that are turned to coaches, and we didn't have that deep history. So foreign coaches were all over the place. But you see, the moment we started having Thunder Balogun, who went to play professional football, even in those days, and came back and started coaching. And then we had the generation of the Stephen Keshis. A lot of them went to Europe, played World Cup, played in clubs, the big clubs, and so on and so forth, had all the experiences, had the qualifications. As far as I was concerned, Nigerians were no longer grade C or grade B. They had the qualifications to coach at the highest level. If only they would get the opportunities to coach. And for them to coach at a high level, you need to coach in Europe. But they will never, ever give them opportunity to coach. Their colleagues that they played together in the same clubs actually will go on to play, to go and coach clubs in Europe. But they never give them. So if we don't give our own the opportunities to come and coach, nobody would give them. This is, as far as I'm concerned, a continuation of our colonial mentality, where we think we cannot be good enough, we are not good enough. We've tried Stephen Keshi, he succeeded. We tried Samson Siasia, he more than succeeded. So we have tried a few that have succeeded. If we had sustained, probably by now we wouldn't be telling this.
True.
These are just my thoughts.
True.
So we have people like Amuneke and so on. They have all the qualifications, but they are denied the opportunity. So I'm asking you, Sam Okpodu. Sam, are you still there? Sam?
I'm listening, yes.
So what is it that you coaches don't do right? Because I tell you, as I've defended the position of coaches now, there is a whole litany of people that will come and tell you the things that Nigerian coaches do that are wrong. What is it that you people do, you Nigerian coaches?
That is wrong.
Well, I don't think it's really the things they do wrong. And one of the things that I actually believe that we can really improve on just for ourselves is when one person gets a job, the other person feels like they too can still do the same job. I think I've said it numerous times and I've been listening. I think we do a good job dragging ourselves down rather than supporting each other in this business. In Europe, they support each other. Here in America, they support each other. But in Nigeria, we don't support each other. Why pay him that big amount of money? The issue here is we should pay our coaches good money.
Well, Sam, we have issues with your sound. We have issues, but you can get where he's going. Pay them good money and so on and so. Is this an issue of? It keep bothering me. Is this an issue of some kind of mentality? You know, fella singing about our mentality. Look, in all endeavors, human endeavors, Nigerians have proven to be as brilliant as anybody else. Top in everything, in all endeavors, in life. So what is it about football that is not even rocket science? Okay. Football is not rocket science. That we don't have confidence that Nigerians can do it.
Okay.
What is it?
Let me be pop and plain. I'm on national TV. I'm going to say things that I personally have investigated, things I have facts about, and though not in the Super Eagles level, because, I mean, we've not had a local coach coaching the Eagles in a while, but at the junior cadre level, Mr. Speaker, I think the biggest problem we have here when it comes to coaching and the challenge of us not putting them there is this issue of collecting, like we call it Egunje, to invite certain players to come into the team and to breed your own team.
To get the job first. To get the job, there's Egunje.
There's Egunje involved. To
get
coach the job,
there's
Egunje. And all of that. Now, the challenge is this, and I make bold to say on national TV. When you put a Nigerian coach in the national team, the stories and the vibe you get from the players is one that is sour and destroys your taste bud. Classical example. You play for a team, for example, in the Premiership. Every time you come to play for the national team, you must bring something for Kochi, or for Kochi assistant, or for Kochi agent when they collect on Kochi behalf. Now, for you to make the team, you must sort Kochi out. For you to now be a regular, you must sort Kochi out. All those things are nasty stories we've come to hear. And some players even come out after their time in the team to want to embarrass the coach, the local coach that was there, to say, when we were in the team, this was what he was always doing. Now, I think, I'm not going to speak for the current FA, but because I know them so well, they do not want those type of stories, one, to emanate. Because what keeps happening is, it now befalls it like they are the ones that get from these coaches. You will hear stories of a coach in under 20, a coach in under 17, collecting money from parents of players.
Yeah.
That one is too common. Now, the fear is when we now make these same Nigerian coaches to coach the Super Eagles, we are shouting one local players.
Yeah.
They will tell you, Oha, what your bill is to be that local player that will come to camp, and tell you why you should pay it, because you will be training with the likes of those who are based abroad and in the Premiership. So, Mr. Speaker, the challenge we have here is the fact that that part of Egunje, it's so sour. It's the biggest challenge.
Corruption is
the biggest challenge. I was in Nairobi a few weeks ago, and the guy that was taking me around was telling me that their football is filled with corruption. That's why they can never win a game. That because there are some people that will insist that ABC must be in the team, and that nothing can happen. Those players must be in the team. This was in Kenya, and I think they were playing a World Cup qualifier that period or something. And I was laughing. I was like, my friend that was with me was shocked. He was like, so it's not just in Nigeria all these still come out. I said, oh no, it's everywhere. But our own is grade A. So, Mr. Speaker, for me, in order not to waste time on this, the biggest challenge is when you put that innocent man, when you put that Mr. A that is righteous to come and coach the national team, by the time he's there after 1 month, you will not believe that that's the same man you were speaking about. Malachi would have confused him. He will be, because the players you are coaching, for example, most of them earn times 10 of your salary a week in their clubs. You know, so... And
all of us are infected with that disease.
That is the problem.
Grab.
That is the problem.
Corruption is in our
It is the biggest bane. I don't know if the Onyibo coaches, I beg to use that word.
You don't want to go into that.
Yeah, no, I don't know if they take. But even if they take, I'm not sure they will take.
We have done inquiries in Nigeria, as to the deals that come into these coaches. There was one big one that we did when he was hired in Abuja that took us to South Africa, 2010. You remember the corruption charges and everything. So it's not... even West Ham himself, was accused of selling players.
And this thing is not just Nigeria. Sam Allardyce, when he was coaching England, why was he dropped? He wanted to collect Malakai. Malakai is a problem, Mr. Speaker. Malakai.
Okay, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with this discussion, which is truly, truly interesting. Join us after the break.
It's the dawn of a new era on NTA's flagship program, the Sports Parliament. Revitalized with lots of varieties, including feedback responses from viewers. Sports Parliament, the weekly sports show that exposes all the intrigues in the Nigerian sports sector and projects an agenda on the way forward for Nigerian sports. On NTA every Thursday at 10:30 p.m., running for 1 whole hour, discussing sports. The parliamentarians are more committed than ever to enlighten the viewers as the Sports Parliament takes it to a whole new level on the floor of the House. Keep a date with the Sports Parliament as motions are moved every Thursday on the floor of the House.
This is the Sports Parliament, and we are discussing the issue of who now takes over from Genaturo. And as much as some of us desire that a Nigerian should be at the head of it, since the white people will not give us the chance, they want to forever enslave us, want to make it sound as if we can never get there. So why should we now pay? How much are we paying the last coach? $45,000.
So they say, the truth is today is 45, tomorrow is 55, next tomorrow is 35.
Well,
so
whatever it
is. It's between 30 and 60.
Whatever it is, Onome, $45,000 US.
But it's not just for him.
It's him we know. He's the one that signed the contract.
He has 3 or 4 assistants that he pays from that money.
That's him. We, for as long as as far as we are concerned, that's the guy we have a contract.
Yes, but that's why we agreed to pay that amount, because he was paying all his assistants.
Whatever it is.
Yes.
He trains.
That's why the video assistant.
Do you agree? He doesn't even train the Eagles.
Do we train?
We don't. That's what I'm saying now. So can we justify paying anybody that kind of sum of money who does not influence, does not impact Nigerian football,
Mr. Speaker,
does not train our players,
Mr. Speaker,
does not do anything? He just comes 2 or 3 days to a game, assembles them, and they go and play clueless, disjointed football, and we pay him $45. How can you justify that?
Let me say this again on national TV. The good thing of Sports Parliament is we have so much viewers that we need to educate to tell the intricacies and the facts about how the system is and what it entails. The national team coach that we employ is meant to develop our football, give us a style, and influence our local players to be effective in the international stage. But what we find out is these days we employ someone who is very comfortable in inviting players that are already established to come and do his arithmetic for him and get him a result. Now, the only reason I normally don't talk negatively, as bad as I should, about this topic is this. We would think that it is bad with these foreign coaches. When you put a local coach, Mr. Speaker, this bad that you are saying is bad, you will now hear of bad. It will be so alarming that we'll be shocked that, if we had known, would have just stayed with that other guy that was bad. Because the truth of the matter is, our people, like Coach Samukbodo has said, we know how to destroy ourselves. We know how to destroy our own. We are the ones that will be saying, okay, let's pay this Nigerian coach $35,000. The first match he's going to coach, if we mistakenly lose or draw, he's dead, not just him. His family, his debtors, everybody related to him are in massive trouble. So you must all understand that this thing called national team coach, we are all passionate Nigerian fans. The woman selling granite at Aja Market can analyze football for you. Everybody is a coach in Nigeria. But the truth is, when you put a Nigerian coach there, that man, if he does not succeed, And there are always people there to do PhD, like Osam Okpodu has said. He's a seasoned coach. He's in the system. He knows what he entails. I'll give you an example now. Let me round up with this, Mr. Speaker. Dr. Terry Egwauji went to secondary school with me in Benin. He's running something called FACAN, where he's training coaches back to back to back to back in Nigeria. He's affiliated to the FA now, so he does it a lot. Of all the coaches he has trained, how many have clubs they coach in Nigeria? How many of these are Nigerian club sides are doing well? I just gave a typical example at my football field the other day. By the way, congratulations, Eniton. He's our goalkeeper at Lekki Strikers. Eniton. He's our goalkeeper at Lekki Strikers. Now, a typical example is Finidi George is back. He's coaching Enyimba. I will beg Nigerians, let's give Finidi 1 month when the league starts, and then you hear story. The truth of the matter is Sunday Olise came. He ran. This place is hard, oh. Mr. Speaker.
Shuaib Ahmadu, late Shuaib Ahmadu, coached the national team, did well. Austin Eguavon had coached the national team with mixed results. Stephen Keshi coached the national team. Nobody has done better, close to West Ham. So it is not, you know, I don't know.
Keshi succeeded, sir.
It's still a pass mark.
Mr. Speaker, if you coached, if you had coached, I'm telling you, you'd have achieved the way Keshi achieved. Because the truth of the matter is, you know Nigerian football, you know the people in government, you know the people in authority, you know where you get your support from. Keshi, like it or not, even when he was playing before he retired, was already a coach. Because that title of big boss, he brought it into play. And when he started coaching, he knew the people to speak to. He had everything he wanted at his disposal. That is the honest truth.
Yeah.
But the other ones...
not everybody that can be a coach.
That is what I'm saying.
We said it, even whilst they were players, that there are certain
players that you see
that you would
that
know,
have the traits.
Exactly.
Yes.
Keshi was one of them.
Exactly.
Samson Siasia.
Exactly.
Daniel Amokachi was one of them.
Exactly.
You know, so we have them. Amuneke is one of them.
Yeah.
Finidi George is also one
Can
of them.
I ask you a question before
Yes.
you say the next thing?
Yes.
Be honest, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
When you were seeing these names you were calling, did you see an Okocha to be a coach?
No.
Exactly my point.
No.
He will fail with flying colors. He
No, I
can't.
didn't see him as a coach.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not
I'm
a
supporting
coach.
what you are saying.
Uh-huh.
I'm supporting what you are saying.
Yes.
That because when you play, you know some of these players will be good coaches.
It's like me asking me to be a coach. I will be a massive failure. I know that for sure because I know
In
that
flying
it
colours?
takes. Yes, I know that it takes. No, I know. To coach is not easy. To coach at this level, particularly in Nigeria, is not easy. It's not just assembling players and letting them to play because we don't know about organized football.
Let me help you again, Mr. Speaker. Look at our Chan team. Is he a foreign coach that coaches them? Is he not a local coach with the local players? Where have our Chan Eagles got into? What have they won? What have they done? It's simple. You are in the local league. They see that you're doing well. They give you the responsibility to coach the national team, the local Eagles. You assemble them. They take you to go projects in Abuja, give you everything you want, put you in panache hotels. You have everything at your disposal. You go for a tournament. You go and play teams from Egypt that have their main national team players playing in 3 clubs. The same with Algeria, the same with Tunisia, same with Sudan. You carry last.
Are we condemned to hiring foreigners to come and milk our money, don't do the job, still lose? So we still keep them wide open. Are we condemned? Wahid, are you there? Wahid Ekun.
Well,
I can help him if Wahid is not there. Or is Sam I think
Why-
Sam is
Okay, Sam, what about you? Sam.
While we are waiting, we are not, again, I believe one thing is that we are not condemned. But I just believe is that we don't have the infrastructure in place to develop our coaches. I think that's the first thing we need to have. Just pulling coaches from all over the world is not going to be the solution. It's just like developing players. You develop coaches to improve your players.
Exactly.
So if you don't develop coaches, we are going to struggle. But in the real sense of it, we are not doomed. We just need to do the right thing from the FA In those days, we used to have the National Sports Commission or the NIS, where they develop coaches. We don't have that anymore. And I think things like that do actually really help in the development of coaches, because that's how you're going to improve your players.
Very key.
Well, well spoken. Me, I have problem with coaches, and the training of coaches. I have a firm belief that they are using the wrong curriculum to train our coaches. The wrong curriculum.
Agreed.
Because what we need for our players here, we don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the good fields where you can train tactics. If you don't have a good field, you can never succeed in training tactics.
Sure.
You must have a good level playing field where you can teach them how to move, how to pass, how to do all those things. But there's no field here where you can successfully do that. So what you need to do is do what happened to J.J. Okocha, that happened to Kanu Akwo, that happened to me, that happened to Henry Wosu, that happened to all those people. It is not about knowledge of the game. It is about the individual expressiveness on the ball, skills, control, passing, those things,
Natural.
if you are good on it. And then you have the opportunity to go to where the facilities exist. You will catch up with the tactics very easily. But here, you can't teach tactics in Nigeria. For me, I know it's impossible. Except you play on Liberty Stadium pitch or any one of these new pitches that are coming up with grass. That's where you can learn tactics. But our coaches tell our players, oh, pass the ball. They don't let you express yourself. Pass the ball. Pass the ball. Oh, you move down the line. You are going nowhere because the pitch itself will not allow you to do those things repeatedly to make sense of organized football. So they are teaching the wrong curriculum. I think the curriculum should be on developing the individual skills and ability to express on the ball, so that if you have opportunity of a good pitch, as in going to Europe, then you excel. That's why JJ excelled. That's why Kanu excelled. That's why those people excelled. But not what we are doing. But those are just my thoughts. Is Wahid back there? Wahid, you muted yourself, so that's why you are out of the show so far. If you can unmute yourself, then you can join us. But Sam, now because we've started the countdown, what would you now suggest? Because you are saying that they should take care of coaches, facilities for coaches. Our Africa Cup of Nations is in 5 weeks' time. So we can't do all those things that you say we should do. So do we still go with Genaturo? Yeah, I think he's gone. Or hire another foreign coach, another journeyman grade C coach from another African country those are the credentials, haven't participated in other African countries, or get a Nigerian who has the qualifications and see if we can fix the Nigerian to deliver. What do you think, Sam?
Mr. Speaker, at this current time, it don't matter who you bring in. This is what they call in American football, Hail Mary. You throw the ball up and hope that somebody will catch it and you will win. Because of where this man currently has put the nation, anybody that goes in there right now is going to be a complete failure. So if you're going to bring somebody in, you've got to give them some time, because you are at the 90, in 100 yards, you are 99, you're just 1 yard away, and you go and bring in some. There is nobody today. There is no one. I will put money on it. I can take this team and succeed right now. So we need to be thinking about maybe 4 years down the road, not this event.
4 years. Okay, we tried 6 years. 6 years. We are at this point now. So what do we do, Onome?
Bad, but baddest.
What do we do?
For me, Coach Sam, I think there's a solution to the current situation, and I explain. There's a window of about 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the Nations Cup.
2 weeks.
Where players, yes.
Fully.
Yes, 2 weeks. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Where players are allowed to go to their national teams and train. And I think, like Mr. Speaker rightly said, when a new coach comes in now, and I think we're going to get a very good coach with knowledge, at least. I know that much.
Yeah, tell us now.
Yes, no, I know that much based on...
no, tell us, if you do, is it a popular coach, a known coach? Or
the same level now, upcoming now. The one where our money fit carry now.
Oh, it's foreign. We are getting a foreign coach.
Yes, we're getting a foreign coach. We're going to get a foreign coach, and it's one that would do a little bit to our football at the Nations Cup, and I think that would be a good pedestal for him to use for the final qualifiers in March for the World Cup. The advantage for me, Coach Sam, is because of that 2 weeks training camp that the players are going to have. He's going to have 2 weeks to instill and imbibe what he wants the team to play. And like I said in several forums, that what we're playing right now is jam-body football. There's nothing unique about it. But
it's so individual.
Exactly. It's just like they say, Ronaldo and Inshallah. That's what we have right now. So I think the 2 weeks is going to help the new coach to do quite a little bit of work.
Any new coach, whether Nigerian or foreign.
Yes.
So
Then,
you are saying you would prefer the foreign coach?
No, it's a foreign coach that's coming. It's not a Nigerian coach.
Okay, but at least we can express our opinion.
Yes. No, it's fine, Mr. Speaker. Like I said,
that the era of this white superiority, this colonial mentality, this feeling that Nigerians cannot do it. For me,
no, Nigerians can do it, Mr. Speaker.
I
want a Nigerian coach.
There. So put the Nigerian
name one that you want.
Emmanuel Amuneke.
That's who you want.
I'm just saying. You say I should name one.
Okay. Should I read a script? Should I read a script for you of Emmanuel?
You bring the white person and convince us that you can justify what that guy should come.
No, I've told you that the problem with the Nigerian coach is this tale of.
But you also said it that it involves even the white guys too.
Yes, but they are all not bad like our own.
And so we have to stop it. Otherwise, we are condemning ourselves forever.
Yeah. I heard the former minister today saying he wanted Emmanuel Amunike to be the new coach of the Super Eagles. I am indifferent.
Finidi George.
No,
Daniel Amokachi.
I'm indifferent. Anybody they want to make coach.
Those people qualify.
Like Sam
they are
said,
as qualified as anybody else.
I'm at that point right now, Mr. Speaker, where if they even call Onigbinde to come and coach Super Eagles.
No. It does not concern me. Then we are joking with it. If you say that, we are talking of people who are current. Amunike played for one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah.
He trained under one of the biggest clubs.
Yes. He's suitable for the role. He's capable for the role. He can do the job.
But he's a Nigerian. That's what you are saying.
Mr. Speaker, I'm telling you that if we put Emmanuel Amunike as coach of Super Eagles, the stories that will come out will no longer be footballing stories.
No, well, you don't know.
Okay.
You don't know.
It's Inshallah and Ronaldo.
Even if it is not a footballing story, even if he's going to fail, these people have failed
won't fail
already. These people
is this we're in F8 now? Is it F9 we'll be scared
exactly
of?
now. So why
we're in F8 now. I'm not scared.
Good money that we
what me I'm after, Mr. Speaker, let me say it now, Uncle Sam. Let me say it openly. Let whoever is coming come and use this window of 2 weeks before the Nations Cup and the Nations Cup to get us proper players and a new pattern, a Nigerian pattern that will excite Nigerians to play the final qualifiers in March and ensure that we qualify for the World Cup in Qatar. That's what me I'm after. Saying that we are going to this Nations Cup to win, if it happens, glory be to God. But I think this is a proper time for us to get players that are ready to don the national team jersey and deliver.
So, Sam Okpodu, you are saying Nigerian or foreign?
Well, at this point in time, it's not going to do us any good. We need to be thinking about going forward. This 2 weeks window for me is really not going to do a whole lot because to create a system of play takes time.
So Nigerian or foreign? For Nigerian or foreign?
I say, stay home.
Why Dekun?
Don't.
Why Dekun? You have 30 seconds. Nigerian or foreign coach?
I'm always for Nigerian coach.
Onome Obrute, the Maverick. Nigerian or foreign coach? Say it before the world now.
The two.
No, you can't have the
Collabo.
No. Take one.
You have to take one.
Is it your take?
For me,
I want the two.
For me, this should be the end. Whether we are losing,
whether
we are doing whatever.
Corruption and Malachi will destroy it and agree.
But it's destroying it already. It has destroyed it already.
We will improve it.
It has destroyed it already.
Okay, they'll be using POS, no more transfer. Coach Sam.
Well, on that note, I want to thank Sam. Sam, thank you for joining us from US. Thank you, Wai. Thank you, Onome. Thank you for the great
Coach.
Conversation we have done for the day.
So
all those in favor of the Nigerian coach taking over, even though I know we hear that they've taken the foreigner, but all those in favor of Nigerian coach taking over, say aye. All those in favor of Nigerian coach, say aye.
Why answer?
Aye.
All those in favor of the Oyinbo coach, say aye. Onome cannot even say.
Inshallah, Ronaldo.
The eyes have it.
Yes.
Everything is architected and designed by the Almighty.
Someone who is a Christian is someone who lives a life of Jesus Christ. And the life of Jesus Christ is a life of sacrifice.
Yes.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the U-Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.